Welcome to Step Out Sis, the podcast where we grow, heal, and walk confidently in God's calling. I am your host, Sharon, and I'm here to encourage you to step boldly into the purpose God has for your life. Today, it's just me showing up with words of encouragement for my sisters. Sis, we are all in different seasons of life. And we're in those seasons for a reason and for a purpose, to learn the lessons we'll need when God elevates us. I know sometimes we get tired, we get impatient, we feel like, God, is it my time now? I'm ready now. But sometimes God doesn't elevate us, not because He's withholding, but because we're not ready yet. There are lessons we still need to learn. Because think about it. If God were to elevate you right now, you might fumble it. You might mess it up. And I'm sure many of us can relate to this. There were times when we elevated ourselves. We married someone God told us not to. We moved to a city God told us not to move to. We took a job God told us not to take because it didn't align with His purpose for our lives. And when we made those choices, we often had to deal with the consequences. But here's the beautiful thing about God. He will correct us, but He still loves us, and He doesn't give up on us. Sometimes He keeps us in a season until we gain what we need to move forward. We have to remember, we're not operating on our time. It's all about God's timing. And because we live in a microwave generation where we want everything quick, fast, and in a hurry, we forget that it doesn't work like that with God. So if you're struggling in your season, take it to God in prayer. Be honest with Him. Tell Him, God, I'm struggling right now. I know I'm supposed to learn something in this season, but help me to see what you want me to see. And He will hear you, and He will answer you. And He will give you the strength and patience to endure until your change comes. Now listen, one thing that keeps us stuck in seasons is comparison. And comparison is a trick of the enemy designed to keep you right where you are. I'm currently reading a book by Nona Jones called Killing Comparison. And sis, we have to start killing comparison, because you will stay stuck forever if you're always measuring yourself against someone else. Sometimes we even put ourselves back into situations God already delivered us from. Sometimes it's loneliness. Sometimes it's insecurity. Sometimes we're impatient. We think, God, I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still not happy. Things still aren't going the way I want. But those moments, that's where God is inviting you to trust Him completely. I call it a holding space. After God pulls you out, He places you in a holding space to commune with Him, to heal, to process where you've been, what He brought you through, and where you are now. And it's in those holding spaces where God does His most perfect work, healing you, delivering you, setting you free, helping you to see yourself the way He sees you. Sis, God has the job for you. He has the relationship for you. He has the elevation for you. But He knows when you're ready. I recently attended the All Girls Matter Empowerment Conference with my sorority sister who hosted it, Dr. Trajell Wade Johnson. And she said something that really stayed with me. She said, and I quote, "Your pretty doesn't make me ugly." You can apply this in a lot of areas of your life. For example, sis, their success doesn't make you unsuccessful. Their drive doesn't make you lazy. Their blessings don't cancel yours. What God has for them is for them, and what God has for you is for you. Stop comparing blessings. There's enough to go around. When you know who you are, and when you know who you belong to, and when you know you are fearfully and wonderfully made, there is no room for comparison. So instead of competing, learn from each other. Be inspired by them. Grow from their wisdom. And if you've made it, reach back and help your sister make it too. If you've got the blueprint, share it. That's the beauty of sisterhood when it's done right. Because when I win, you win. And when you win, I win. Know this, you are right where God wants you to be. So learn, grow, and gather everything you need in this season because your elevation is coming. Trust God. He has the ultimate blueprint for your life. And before we close, I want to share something personal because this moment matters. Back in July, I received notification on my phone that Malcolm Jamal Warner had passed away. And I don't know about you, but for many of us who grew up watching The Cosby Show, he didn't feel like a stranger. He felt like family, like a brother, like a cousin, like the boy next door. We were born the same year in 1970, and something about that moment stopped me in my tracks. God spoke clearly to my heart and said, Sharon, stop living your life on the sidelines. Start living as if today matters. That day, I picked up a pen. That day, Step Out Sis was created. And the very first episode I ever wrote became what you know as Taking the Training Wheels Off, Moving Forward After Distraction. This podcast was born out of obedience, not perfection. And this season is proof that when you say yes to God, He meets you right where you are. This episode marks the final episode of Season 1 of Step Out Sis. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking with me on this journey. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing the episodes. Thank you for the messages, the prayers, and the encouragement. Season 1 wasn't perfect, but it was real. And I am grateful that you chose to show up and grow with me. I also want to take a moment and say a special thank you to my husband. Every episode you've heard this season was recorded and edited by him. And that behind-the-scenes support has truly made Step Out Sis possible. Thank you for the time, patience, and consistency you poured into this vision. As I take a 2-week pause, know that this is not an ending. It's a reset, a moment to rest, a moment to reflect, and a moment to prepare for what God is building next. When Step Out Sis returns on March 16th, with Season 2, we are coming back even more intentional, even more grounded, and even more obedient to what God is calling us to do. If Step Out Sis has encouraged you, stretched you, or reminded you that you're not alone, I'd love for you to follow the podcast and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Your reviews help this message reach women who need encouragement in this season of their lives. And if you'd like to stay connected during the break, come find me on Facebook, search Step Out Sis, and join the community where we continue to reflect, rest, and grow together. And with that, I will see you on March 16th for Season 2 of Step Out Sis.